we expect a very difficult game.
What did you see in the last World Cup of our national team?
I think it's not just about the World Cup. It's we've managed to watch a lot of games, a lot of the more recent games, and they have a lot of options in the squad. You know, this is not just a squad that stick to 11 players. This is a squad that have used the quality that they've got. They perform at a high level, and one thing that we've noticed in all of the games, they all have a big commitment. A big commitment to play for their country, and that is something I don't expect to change.
Coach, what's your opinion on the players, the Mexican, the Premier League? Edson Alvarez, Raúl Jiménez.
Yes, I think what will happen over a period of time. Everybody knows about the Premier League, and the big changes in the Premier League over the last 10 years are the amount of players coming from overseas, and not just, I think, probably initially, a lot of players from Europe initially, Spain, France, but of course what we have now seen is a lot of players coming from South America, and so it's something I don't see changing, and it's about the quality of the player, and because Mexico at this particular moment have a good level of quality of player, there's always possibilities that there will be more Mexican players in the Premier League at any time.
Is there any Mexican soccer player that it comes to your mind, or you put more attention than the other?
No more attention. I mean, of course, the ones we know, and Jimenez is one that we know very well, and of course, we all know what happened to him in the Premier League with the injury that he had. So I think this gave him an even bigger profile. But I think as regards paying more attention to individuals, we can't afford to do that. What we have seen in this Mexican team is a very committed team. A very committed team, a way of playing, and a group of players that perform very well for their nation. So we have to treat this as a whole. We know that of course they have good individual players. This is normal, but we have to treat it as a whole, that we are up against, I think, a very good team.
Your thoughts about the World Cup in 2026 here in USA, Mexico and Canada?
I think this seems like the way that the World Cups will be going. Of course, there are more teams now performing in the World Cup, and of course in the future that can change. It seems like there is a big enthusiasm to move this World Cup into so many different areas. Of course, it was in Qatar for the first time last time. I think even with of course, for us, that's although we're the Ghana national team, most of our players play in Europe, and it's the same with the European competition, where they're looking to spread this over maybe 1 or 2, 3 countries. And I think that's a way that FIFA can see that they are bringing the World Cup to more people. So the World Cups are always a success. I think wherever they are, wherever difficulties, of course in Qatar was, I think, the first winter of our winter tournament, and I think they are always a success, and they are looking always to get the biggest audience that they can.
Do you like in the play the America? Do you like playing America?
Do we like to play in America? It's a challenge for us. First and foremost, it's for us as an African country, and we obviously play in our qualification games in Africa. So anywhere outside of that's a challenge to us. It's good experience for us for myself as a coach with the team, but for the players, this will be very different for us. Not only to play, this will be very different to play on this surface, and we have a group of players that generally never play on this type of surface. So this is another challenge for us. We're up against a very good team. a very good stadium, which we know will be full of Mexican supporters, and a pitch that is very different for us. So these are the challenges for us, and these are the aspects that you learn more about the team and the players.
Also, Chris, I would like to ask, what have you learned with the Ghana team so far that you've been in charge that gives you confidence going forward, especially into major tournaments?
Well, I think it's more the more camps that we have, the better I get to know the players. At international level, there are always disappointments. You know, you pick a squad, and it very rarely the whole of that squad will become available. And it's the same here. From the initial squad, we've had some injuries for the squad. So you are learning more about the squad the more times you get together. International football is different. You have very limited time, preparation time with the players before you play games. Here we've had a little bit longer. Sometimes we'll have 2 days preparation, and then we're playing the game. So it's about trying to learn as much as you can in a short period of time. But of course, the more international camps we have, the more that you will learn about the players.
Also, the draw for the AFCON happened just a few hours ago, yesterday. What do you make of the opponents?
I think with any draw, you always look and think it could have been better for us, but you also always look that it could have been worse. You always have to confront what's in front of you, you know. And we have a very passionate support back home with high expectations always. That's going into any game and any championship. So the group is what it is. At least we know what it is, and we can start preparing for that.
In relation to this game, what's your attack going to look like, considering what Antoine has done for the team every time you've called on him? But also there is Inaki, who is definitely a big presence in the dressing room.
Yeah, well, remember we're here for 2 games, you know, and we have to make decisions how we want to use the 2 games, in which formation, which players, and that's the beauty about coming here and having preparation, and all we can do is prepare the best that we can, and hope that the team that we put out puts in a good enough performance to get something from the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Okay. So